Hello and welcome to this video. I am Pritesh Bharti, and in this video I am going to talk about the Common Admission Test, or very well known as CAT. So first of all, what is CAT? CAT exam is a computer-based selection test conducted by the Indian Institutes of Management as a prerequisite for the admissions to their business administration programs. There are a total of 20 IIMs spanning India. Apart from the IIMs, the CAT is also a prerequisite for admissions into numerous other prestigious management colleges across India, which include institutes like SP Jain, FMS, MDI Gurgaon, Institute of Management Technology, JBIMS, IMI, and National Institute of Industrial Engineering, and several others. And next, coming on to the question of eligibility of this exam, or who can give this exam. To be able to get eligible for CAT, the candidate must hold a bachelor's degree and have scored a minimum of 50% marks or CGPA. The students belonging to any of the reserved categories like SC, ST, and person with disability or differently abled category must have at least 45% of the marks. Applicants who are appearing for the final year of their bachelor's degree and who have completed their graduation requirements and are awaiting results are also eligible to apply. Now moving on to the syllabus. For the CAT exam, there is no predefined syllabus, but it is mainly divided into three sections, that is verbal ability and reading comprehension, or VARC, data interpretation, logical reasoning, or DILR, and quantitative aptitude. Each of the three sections is divided into MCQs and non-MCQs. There are a total of 100 questions for 300 marks. The sectional limit for each of the section is 60 minutes. And there is no option to move between the sections. So talking more about each of the section, we have VARC as the first section of the CAT question paper and is to be solved first. The section is divided into two subparts, VA and RC, taking a look at some of the important topics and key points of this section. Reading comprehensions, para jumbles, para summary, pick the odd sentence out, verbal logic, contextual usage, sentence correction, and etc. Second, we have the DILR section. It is considered or assumed as one of the toughest sections of CAT. One of the reasons is the unpredictability of the section in terms of where the sets can be taken from. DILR was the trickiest section for aspirants in CAT 2016 and 2017, but the difficulty level was reduced in CAT 2000. The CAT syllabus for DILR section is caselets and table, bar graphs, Venn diagrams, line and pie charts, seating arrangement, and set theory, etc. From the syllabus mentioned, the questions have data in the form of bar graphs, column graphs, Venn diagrams, line and pie charts. This data has to be interpreted. In order to solve these questions, this data has to be structured in the most innovative manner so that the questions can be solved. The trick to scoring high in this section is only to identify the easier sets first. Now coming on to the third and last section, that is quantitative aptitude. The quantitative syllabus is quite vast and has been compiled according to the experts as number systems, LCM and HCF, profit loss, percentage, speed, time, distance, time work, simple and compound interest, ratio proportion, averages, quadratic and linear equations, complex numbers, logs, binomial theorem, sequence and series, surds and indices, inequalities, probability, PNC, functions, geometry, and allegations and mixtures, trigonometry, coordinate geometry, and mensuration. The vast number of topics in the CAT syllabus means that it needs to be broken up into more manageable chunks. So these topics are under subsections, which are arithmetic, algebra, commercial maths, allegation and mixtures, geometry, sequence and series, and trigonometry. Commercial maths is reasonably easy to prepare, since the number of questions is limited and the formula to be learned is fairly straightforward. Arithmetic is also fairly basic and should be easy to prepare for. Most of the topics in arithmetic are of class 10th level, and the only trick is to solve them as fast as possible. Geometry has several rules, and finding the most important geometry rules would allow the aspirant to solve this question as fast as possible. Algebra and trigonometry may be used in conjunction with other topics or may be tested in the CAT exam. Sequence and series is a topic which is occasionally tested in CAT and regularly in other MBA entrance exams. With practice, this question in this topic can be easily solved. Allegations and mixture are similar to sequence and series in the sense that it is occasionally tested in CAT, it is fairly easy to solve problems of this type with the right guidance. Now coming on to the preparation strategy. Is CAT really tough, or is it just about the strategy? To answer in simple words, no, it is not. It is the intense competitive nature of the exam that makes it so tough. Around 2 lakh people on average give CAT exam each year, and the total seats put together by all the IMs is around 4,000 only. Having a strategy in place can easily help you crack it. While preparing, one goes through a lot of highs and low points in these months, so the strategy and preparation, along with the constant belief that you can ace the CAT exam, is a must. No one can tell you the exact approach to your CAT exam prep. It is you who needs to decide the best way for CAT exam preparation. For reading comprehension and verbal ability, there are no shortcuts for this section. Only thing that can improve your scores and knock you off is to read, and read again. As you develop the habit of reading passages, articles daily as a part of your preparation, you will start to notice that your reading time per passage will start decreasing. You will slowly learn the way of speed reading and comprehending it along. Reading from the diverse fields of topics and attempting to understand the underlying ideas from the context of the passage is the key. You don't need to know all the fancy words for it to ace. Habitual reading and understanding the basic message that it tries to convey is important. For verbal ability section comprises of paragraph logic questions which are of following types like parajumble, odd ones out, parasummary. These requires a lot of practice as accuracy lies very low here, but due to no negative marking, you won't lose any marks here. A good strategy and a lot of practice will gain you confidence and help you tremendously in this section. Analyzing each question after solving and trying to get to know why this particular answer is right and why incorrect if so is a must to excel this section. Now coming on to the section of DILR, this section being the most uncertain is indeed the trickiest one to ace at. It tests your speed, decision making capability and interpretation of data. One needs to dedicate 1 hour daily for the preparation of this section and try to solve as many sets from both DI and LR within the time constraint. With consistent practicing and working on your calculation speed and sense of approximation, you'd be able to improve your score on day-to-day basis. Avoiding the language traps and carefully reading the set is very important. Selection of the doable sets from the bunch is considered as half battle won. This section would have 2 sets from both LR and DI at least, which are easy to solve. Identifying and solving those questions first is a must to score high. Now coming to the last section, that is quantitative ability. Start with understanding the basics of each chapter. Clearing the basics and concepts of each topic will help escalate oneself to benchmark CAT questions. Arithmetic plays a crucial role in this section as it is a quick starter for your preparation. CAT algebra is the second most important area in this section. One should get accustomed with the usage of variables and practice different kinds of questions regularly. Geometry is one broad topic where basics absolutely shape the entire learning process, and learning concepts from theorem is the best way to understand how shapes work. Visualization and self-questioning with proving different proofs help one understand various concepts in geometry. Knowing which idea to apply for any particular question is the key to solve the questions in this area. Now, while preparing for this section, one should keep in mind to focus on the weak areas. The thumb rule for a great preparation is to focus on the weak areas and overcome the mistakes that one is making. During the course of preparation, one must focus on learning, practicing, and revising the QA topics in which they are weak. Next important thing to focus on is time management. Judicious utilization of time for questions is very important. One needs to know how much time to spend on one particular question and when to move on to next one. Getting stuck on a question and compromising other easy questions will not fetch you scores and is a blunder. Next very important thing for a student while preparing this exam is to not lose your calm. Try not to stretch yourself too much with the preparation. Try not to detain yourself with the preparation plan alone. Invest time and energy doing your favorite activities as well. A lot of candidates take the CAT exam prep too hard on themselves, and this is not fair. Reason being, CAT is an aptitude exam and you can do wonders on your day. It isn't a syllabus based exam, it is about solving the questions you know well and how you manage your time simultaneously. The differentiator is always an awareness of the shortcuts and smart application of concepts. Now, talking about taking mocks and analyzing it after. One should take at least 30 to 40 mocks before the D-Day. Taking mock seriously is a very essential part of the preparation for CAT exam. Try out different strategies for each mock. It will give you the ability to find the pattern that best suits you. Focus on building intensity. Analyze your strong and weak sections. Do not take 2 mocks in a day in order to increase your mock count. Do not take 2 mock CATs in a day in order to increase your mocks count, rather than focus on accuracy. Bookmark the problems which had a different kind of question, a novel method of solving it, or had anything which you would want to revise again. Don't be demotivated by this scores. This is just the beginning, and with each mock, you will only get better and better, as the only way to go from here is up. Be regular in giving mocks depending on your preparation so far. You need to ensure that you have given enough mocks so that your percentile is consistently in the range you desire. Analyzing your mocks. Please analyze your mock test. It is very important. Giving a mock and not analyzing it is like trying to push the waves back into an ocean. Futile. While analyzing mocks, first thing you need to see is the question you thought you did right but was actually wrong. These are the dangerous areas which you have false confidence about. These areas require special attention as these areas result in a score of -4. Some key points while analyzing your mocks are time. You need to analyze how much time has been taken to solve each question, which question took the maximum time to solve, which section was the easiest and the hardest, the average time spent on each question. Next, accuracy. Number of attempts and accuracy of the question attempted is very important because less accuracy can bring down the percentile. Accuracy. Number of attempts and accuracy of the questions attempted is very important because less accuracy can bring down the percentile. Every time you write a mock, correlate the attempts and accuracy and try to increase the accuracy. Last is the shortcuts. A lot of problems that you solve might have hidden shortcuts which help in saving time. Solutions of these mocks by experts will help you learn these shortcuts and also strengthen the concepts.